just wanna be heard from your mom to your pops to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
54. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
That's it, ready. We got one.
And 10 at the 41-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
It's our time.
Breeze going to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Yellow waiting. Sammy.
Come on.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, defense.
You're good. I fool. Ready.
Check. Check three.
22 jet bomber.
Now Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Clearly, every time the Saints put together a game plan, they plan to get Michael Thomas involved early and often. 125 catches in 2018, the most in the NFL. Not bad for a kid in Pop Warner football that only played the minimum number of plays every game.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Hill rolling to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to take it. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right.
high
That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Wants to try to end the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Gun.
They fake the give. Newton. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Gun.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Newton to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, kill.
He's coming. Double up.
Breeze now. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Come on, one thing for sure. You know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
5-7.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check back 47. Come on, dude.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. We're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throwing is Newton. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Harris to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He gets it complete to Harris. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33.
The Saints spent a 3rd-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
To throw, it's Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. On 2nd and goal. Bridgewater, and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Again, brings up second and 1 at the 49-yard line.
On second down, Kamara.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Davis now. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is Harris. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, first and 10.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
So don't say nothing. Watch this.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got it. And Kamara has it stripped. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made by K1 Short. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. 9:54. Kill. Let's go. 36, 36.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans.